people actually followed hygiene at the areas of work, then these episodes will decrease significantly. We are coming to the rain season. This is likely to become worse. But I want the county governments across the country, because people do travel, to be vigilant and to be able to follow hygienic practices within their localities, whether it's toilets, sewer, disposal of waste, and food handling, washing hands. We must adhere to that. It's unfortunate that we can expose our people to this kind of thing. And I'm glad the county government of Kajiado and that one of Nairobi, they are collaborating, and the private institutions are also supportive to this initiative. We shall enforce the law. We shall enforce the law as far as the environment is concerned, as far as water is concerned, sewerage disposal is concerned, and practices within food preparation areas. And therefore, we wish the people here quick recovery and any other, hoping that we'll be able in the near future to control this outbreak. I think from this episode we are talking of 92 patients. Some of them have been discharged to go home, which is good. But we also know there are other episodes which have occurred in hotels and in other public places in the past. Indeed, we can say that in the last few months we have lived with the cholera outbreaks across the city. There are several episodes, and also in the environment of the city. Therefore, is a matter which we are seeing is resurging rather than receding, controlling, because of the various factors which I mentioned. And therefore, we have to focus on surveillance. We have to enforce food testing for food handlers. We have to enforce hygienic conditions within the preparation areas, and also habits within the preparation areas, because it's really like taking raw sewage. That is the key. And therefore, hygienic conditions are concerned. Now, we can blame the informal settlements, but the practice within the food preparation area is what actually leads to infection. Not the fact that you live in Kibera, or you live in Kurukwanjenga, or in a place like this. It is the practices of the people handling food, which have broken down to an extent whereby if you are preparing salad or other things, you avoid hygienic condition. Now, it is our hope that across the country, incidences will come down. In fact, the focal point or the focal area, we are seeing it within Nairobi. That is where we have a menace of this cholera. And we will work with the county government, which is there, to be able to stem this infection.
How much of an impact has this government considering the strike?
I think the outbreak of cholera has nothing to do with the nurses' strike. Of course, as I said earlier, when an institution does not have enough staff or institutions are closed, the patients do suffer because they go to facilities which have not enough manpower. That, to that extent, whereby the care can be compromised by fewer numbers of health workers, that is obvious. But the outbreak has no relationship with the strike. But when you come to serve the people, then you find you are constrained. An institution, public institutions are constrained because nurses are on strike. And mentioning about nursing, you had the directive by the county governments, which employ 97% of these nurses. We expect with the court outcome, they will do the right thing. Resume work and continue to negotiate for their CBA. It is unfortunate that a CBA which is 95% concluded with the 2 items pending can lead to untold suffering of Kenyans. It's unfortunate. But I agree with the county governments that we cannot continue to negotiate when people are suffering. And therefore, I hope in their meeting today or whatever they will come up with, they will see it necessary to restore services to Kenyans, and then we negotiate, as it was directed by the county governments, that we conclude the CBA, because there are only 2 items which are pending, and then we take it from there for the next 4 years.